So what if I told you you could get an Xbox controller that works for PC that has almost every functionality of your Xbox Series X and Series S controller at a fraction of the price, and it's also wired with additional customization that you can utilize not only on PC but on Xbox as well? Hey, I tell you, you need to go with PDP Gaming. Let's go ahead and get into it. What's up, everybody? It's Kasanova, Hawaii content creator, back at it again with another video. Before we kick this video off and get started, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to PDP Gaming for providing a review unit of the PDP Gaming wired controller for Xbox Series X, Series S, Xbox One, as well as PC. This is one of their newer products. It's a revised unit of what they previously had because it adds in the share button functionality that has come with the Xbox Series X and S controllers that now, you can use that on your Xbox Series X when you plug it in wired, and also it works on PC. Now in this video, we're going to be doing an unboxing setup, a review. I'm going to talk about the functionality of it, how it feels in the hand, especially compared to an Xbox Series X and S controller, as well as an Xbox One controller, and overall, whether this is worth your money, even though this is a fraction of the price and that it's wired. I know wireless is kind of the thing that we're always into when it comes to controller, but when you got a controller this good with zero latency, hey, nothing wrong with it, especially if this is going to be the controller you're going to be using with your PC on a day-to-day basis, or on your Xbox if you just don't feel like using the wireless controller. So with all that out of the way, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button, ding the notification bell, that way you stay up to date on all the latest and greatest content that comes from this channel. And I also stream on twitch.tv/MikaelCasanova, so catch me over there. And if you're looking for a new podcast to check out Hawaii's #1 podcast, the Kasanova Podcast, where I interview various people from the gaming industry, tech industry, and more. And yeah, with all that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so we have right here the PDP Gaming. This is the Midnight Blue New It. This is designed for the Xbox and as well as PC, but specifically for the Xbox Series X, as it does have the new share function capability right here. It's got the share button. Yeah, we're going to be doing an unboxing of this. I'm going to show you the side of it. This is what you can do if you were to, compare it with PC. You got different functionality you can add to it. Then I'm going to show you everything else that comes with it. You have the microphone input, a superior D-pad, as well as the toggle for functionality and the dual rumble motor. So let's go ahead and cut this open. That way we can go ahead and get into it and see what all you can expect with this package. So, and I will be doing a cross comparison of this to the Xbox Series X controller. That way you guys can see what it looks like in comparison to it, and then I'll give you guys my idea of what the fit and feel is like. So here we have the controller. Let's pull out all the information. So this right here, this is the information for it. Let's put that down. And a language I can't read, but here's the language that I can. It says customize your controller by easily updating the firmware and tailor your gaming experience to fit your unique style. So these controllers, they do have firmware you can update. I know I just read that, but they are fully customizable. So this is what it looks like. It actually feels really good. In comparison to the previous version that they had for the Xbox One, this definitely has a superior analog stick, and the D-pad is better. So to compare it to the Xbox Series X controller, as far as height, it's about the same height, roughly about the same thickness, if not a little bit thicker over here in comparison. And then here are the sides of it. I'll show you the thumbstick comparison here. Button layout's pretty much the same. And then the top toggles. Difference being the official Xbox branded one utilizes USB Type-C up top, whereas this is still using micro USB. So fit and feel, D-pads. I've gotten used to the D-pad on the Series X controller, but this is still a pretty good D-pad overall. Because this is one of the issues I was having with the previous model was the thumbsticks, but this definitely feels a lot more sturdy. Buttons are very tactile, which I like. You don't have the rubberized grip that you have on the Series X controller, but it's still, nonetheless, I like how raised it is in comparison. Alright, so you get the microphone input, and then the cable input here, the functionality button, and then for those who are curious, this is the cable it comes with. I think this is like a 10-foot cable? No, not 10 feet. This is probably like 6 feet, 6-foot cable. And then, you know, always gonna get this question, how do you connect it? Well, you connect it by taking this and plugging it in like so. Plug this into your PC or your Xbox One or Series X and go from there. And then the only other thing that comes with it is the quick start guide. So we'll run through that, because if I don't, you're gonna have the people that get mad about it. But yeah, that's it. I'll give you guys my wrap-up impressions of it. But so far, very sturdy feel. Very plasticky shell that this right here is very plasticky. Definitely feels very different than the official Xbox controller. But still sturdy nonetheless. I don't feel like this is going to break if I drop it. But the gameplay, how it functions with games, is the most important part. So the software you're going to install on your PC is going to be called the PDP Control Hub. And with that software, you're able to change a couple things, from the volume you're utilizing headphones to, if you want to focus more on the game audio, or if you want to focus more on the, voice chat, you can raise and lower the mic gain as well as the vibration functionality. So if we click on it, here's everything that you're going to see. So here you're able to see everything from the home screen. So it shows just about everything with your controller, as well as some social media outlets that are currently going on. It also allows you to configure audio, remap buttons, button diagnostics, audio diagnostics, as well as customer help. You can actually just utilize the controller itself and cycle through everything. There are additional tabs on the side. So you got your home, you have diagnostics, configuration, information, help, controllers, and you can expand further to full screen if you haven't already. So we're going to go ahead and go into diagnostics. So with diagnostics, you're able to change and set up whether all the buttons are working properly on your controller. So you can press begin and literally tap everything, and as you'll see, it'll start to click and turn green, just to make sure that everything is working, properly. So it shows here that everything's successful. There's no issues with the controllers. You can check your analog sticks to make sure the full range of motion is good. So we'll click begin, and basically I'm going to, I do that. For real circular, everything with that is good. I can also check on the audio, make sure the audio is being played correctly. I can make sure that the triggers have full range of motion, which, as you can see, they're working perfectly fine. I can make sure that the vibration is good, which I have vibration set to 100% for the controller, for the strength, and vibration was good. And then if I need to recalibrate anything, say the sticks or the triggers aren't working, I can click start calibration and then calibration process. Everything seems to be good. So if we want to dive into configuration, we can adjust dead zones for analog sticks up to 50%. So if I click begin, I've got mirror dead zone set for both sticks. I can swap the sticks if I want. If I want to swap my left and right stick, I can do that. If I want to invert the left or right stick, y-axis, I can do that. Although I'm not personally going to ever need to do that. But if I wanted to, I could. I could test the analog sticks as well as restore it to defaults. Same thing with audio. There's a lot of cross over from the diagnostics tab, so I can adjust the dead zones for the triggers if I wanted to, test those or change them. If I want to lower the minimum or raise the maximum, I can always do that if I want to swap the triggers. What's cool about this is, like, if you're left-handed or, you prefer certain, configurations for your controller, this definitely works out best for it. I can also adjust the strength of the vibration if I want it to be higher, if I want it to be lower. So if I want no vibration or if I want little vibration, I just move it along this sliding scale here. And if I want to remap the buttons, I can remap them to anywhere on here. So, that's also something I can do. I can select what button do I want to, what is the original button. So if I want to make A to be B or the like, I can definitely do that. So, different functionality there. And then you've got the help section. You can go through, look at compatibility, legal, customer, these are the different compatible controllers that you can look at. Legal notices, even though no one reads this. Customer service, if you need to reach out to them, the various settings, but you can even turn on, app tutorial. And then you can go over here if you want to have like a smaller menu that you can go through and just change out everything. And then you can go in full screen. And that's just about everything with the app itself. Now, as far as the controller fit and feel, this is really a comfortable controller. It's very similar in many ways to the official Xbox Series X controller, Xbox One controller. There are some key differences between the two because the PDP controller is very, very light. It does have the rumble functionality built into it, but it doesn't have like everything that's in this. Like I said, this is wired, this is wireless, so there are going to be some key differences between the two. I will say that the D-pad on the Xbox Series X controller, Series S controller, is significantly better, in my opinion, than this. So if you're playing fighting games, I don't really recommend utilizing the PDP controller for fighting games per se. Just because there are, points where I feel like there are dead points when I'm trying to do, like, say if I'm playing Street Fighter or if I'm playing King of Fighters, if I'm trying to do Dragon Punch or Fireball motions, I'm going to be missing some inputs because it's not that accurate. But if I'm playing shooters or 3D platformers or anything else, I have no issues with the PDP controllers, just with fighters. But between the two, like if you're on a budget, I would say go with this. Or if you're looking for a secondary controller that's just as good, with the exception of the D-pad, I would definitely say go with this. It feels really good in the hands. It's just, it's the standard Xbox controller, nothing crazy about that. But yeah, I mean, through and through, the exception of that, the exception of being able to utilize it for fighting games, I think it's a fairly significant controller. And that's it. That's the review for the PDP Gaming wire controller. This is the updated model with the share functionality for Xbox Series X and S. Huge shout out to PDP Gaming for sending this out to me. And if you want to pick one of these up, I'll leave an Amazon affiliate link down below. That way you can go and get it. This is a super, super, super exceptional controller. I really do enjoy it. And, it's one of those things where it's like, I like having a wired controller just because of the types of games I play, from shooters to fighting games and platformers. And while I know that wireless technology has gotten better, there's still slight latency input that you're just not going to get with a wired controller. And I like the color. Blue and red are my favorite colors. And I'm just, I really like this controller. I like the customization of it. So with that being said, post your comments below. Let me know what you think. Is the PDP wired game controller something you're looking for? What color are you looking at? Are there alternatives that you're looking at getting? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Whatever your thoughts are, let's get the conversation going down below. And if you want to take the conversation a little bit further, we do have Discord. So hop on over into the Discord. You'll meet a variety of different people from the gaming industry, tech industry, other content creators, as well as people who enjoy gaming, manga, anime, and more. So link for that is down in the description below. And if you haven't already and you've gotten this far, make sure you hit the subscribe button, ding the notification bell. That way you stay up to date on all the latest and greatest content that comes from this channel. And with that being said, I'm Mikhail Kasanova, Hawaii content creator, host of Hawaii's #1 podcast, the Kasanova Podcast. I stream every single week on twitch.tv/Mikhail Kasanova, so catch me over there. And yeah, all that being said, I hope you have a great one. Deuces a while, too sweet, be the elite. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Mahalo for making it to the end of the video. I really appreciate your support by those of you who like the videos, who watch them, who subscribe. And for those of you who are my Patreon supporters, thank you for your continued support because you help make this possible. If you enjoy my work and you'd like to support what we do have Patreon on patreon.com/Mikhail Kasanova. We also have Coffee as well as Subscribe Star. So there's various methods if you want to support the work that we do here. We also have channel membership, so make sure you check that out. That way you get up to date on all the latest and greatest content that comes here and first, and exclusive content as well. And if you enjoy the work that I do and you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. So with that being said, I'm Mikhail Kasanova, Hawaii content creator. I hope to see you on the next one. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button and ding the notification bell. And all that being said, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.